Hello, welcome to another Cincy series. I hope you've been enjoying all the episodes. Today I'm going to be talking about visa, right? And visa also is very important, just like I said about transcript. You haven't watched the video on transcript, just go back and watch the video on transcript. So visa is very, very important because that is the only way you're granted entry into another country. Except you have the visa into any country, you cannot enter into that country. So because I am in the US for school, I'm going to be talking about the F-1 visa. The F-1 visa is a temporary visa for international students. So because I'm here in the US, I'll be talking about the F-1 visa. However, if you also want to know about the B1, B2, or any other kind of visa, if you can drop your questions, I'll answer that. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about reasons why people are denied, the F-1 visa, or reasons why you may have been denied the F-1 visa. Okay, so yes, so you might want to use this video either for if you're applying for an F-1 visa or if you're applying for any other kind of visa into the US, but I'm talking about the United States of America. I don't know how it applies into other countries. The reason why I can talk about this is firstly because I have come here before for vacation. This is the only country I've come to, and then I'm also here for school, so that's why I can talk about it a little bit. So yes, now how do you even start the process? Before we get to the point where a person is denied visa, how do we even start the process? So firstly, if you want to apply for the US visa, you would have to fill a DS-160 application. It's an online form, and then you fill in the form. When you're done filling in the form, you make payments. You fill in the form, you submit it, you make payments. You make payments at the bank, for the visa fee, and then you now book an interview date. Now, after you've booked your interview date, now the interview stage, you have to go for the interview at the embassy. It is at this point that you're either granted or denied the visa at the interview stage, and this is where I'm going to be talking about or focusing on today. So reasons why people may be denied, people have been denied, or people will likely be denied the American visa. Number one, you don't have the documents to prove your claim. I think this is something that people have taken for granted because they feel like, oh, well, they've asked me all the questions on my DS-160 application already. I've told them everything. Why do I need to show anything? Or what kind of documents would they ask me? There is no document that is off limits. The confirmation of your interview, yes, the confirmation of your interview usually on the form usually shows you that bring any documents to prove your claim. So, for instance, if you're coming for school, any document that they might ask, a bank statement, an affidavit, anything that you think that they might ask. If you've claimed something on your application, bring documents that can back up that claim. If you take all the documents and they don't request for it, good for you. I remember the first interview I went for a B1, B2 visa, a tourist visa. I went with a file bag filled with documents and they didn't ask me for any of it. But at least I had them. So if I thought I needed to bring it out, I would have been able to show it comfortably. So I think one reason why people are denied is because people do not have documents to prove their claim. If you say that you have so and so amount in your bank account, and for whatever reason they ask you to show it, and you say, oh, you didn't think it would be needed, or you just thought maybe it was just your employment letter, or things like that. Bring any document. If you need a letter from your bank, if you need a letter from your employer, if you need a letter from a past employer, anything that you think you might need to prove your claim when you're applying for an F-1 visa, just do that. Bring it. Right. Number two is no preparation. The reasons why some people are denied visa is because they do not prepare for their interview at all. So you have no clue about your school. You have no clue about maybe the person that's going to be supervising. You have no clue about your sponsor. You have no clue. You do not prepare at all. You can't even answer the questions that they're asking you well. This is a reason why some people are denied visa. And I think pertaining to school, in the past, they've asked questions as less important as what's the mascot of your school. Mascots that how do they call it? Is it the animal now that your school is recognized for, and things like that? So I go to University of Cincinnati, and the bear cat is the mascot for my school. Something as simple as that. Sometimes people do not prepare. They take things for granted and say, oh, I don't think they will ask me this one. I don't think it's an important thing to know. I don't think this is what they will need. Prepare. One of the major reasons why you might not be granted is because you lack preparation. You did not take your time to prepare. You don't know anything about your school. You don't know anything about your sponsor. You don't know anything about even the interview process you're going for. It's not a job interview, right? This is you barely have 5 minutes, 3 minutes for them to decide. And so you have to prepare. You have to prepare over and over again. You have to prepare possible questions they might even ask you. There's this transcript thing on Nairaland if you want to check it out. So I think I'm going to make a video on how to prepare, for your visa interview. But then this is reasons why people may be denied. And the reason why I can do this video is because I've heard a few stories. When you're even at the embassy itself, you'll be seeing that they are denying people as you're waiting for your own interview. You'll be seeing them deny people. So you will hear the interview going on. You can hear the questions they're asking the person, and you can hear the answers that the person is giving. So you would usually know, some of the things that they ask people, and and you can just tell that it's lack of preparation, or you didn't do enough diligence. You didn't do due diligence, to that. So thirdly is being dishonest. This one is a complete turn off. If you are being dishonest consciously or unconsciously, that is a reason for them to deny your visa, or to deny you approval, or to deny you a visa. So for instance, you say you tell a lie. That's consciously. You consciously tell a lie. You know it's a lie, and you tell a lie, and they figure out that you're telling a lie. They won't give you the visa because you are being dishonest. They will not give you, no matter how sweet your story is. You can tell that what you're saying or the statement you're making is not true, it's false. They won't give you the visa. Another reason is, or also part of being dishonest, is when you're consciously telling a lie. So people usually want to play a fast one. They want to say something else in the application and then say something else at the interview. You are going to shoot yourself in the leg that way. When you're filling your DS-160 application, if you write something there, ensure you are consistent with what you're going to say at your interview. Don't say something on your DS-160 application and then say something else at your interview date. That is you being dishonest unconsciously, or whether it's consciously, I don't even know. But if you can't say two different things and expect to get the visa, you're also being dishonest. And I'm sure that this is one thing that Americans do not like. You not telling the truth, or you trying to play a smart one on them and trying to feel like you can get away with it. They will not give you the visa for that reason. So, and this also goes to people that like to use agents. I'm not against agents. It's good for you to use agents. However, if you're going to use an agent, make sure you know everything that he's feeling for you or she's feeling for you. So on your DS-160 application, if they are saying anything there, make sure that you have information about everything they're feeling for you. I filled my DS-160 application myself, and I don't think it's hard. You just need to have the correct information, know what you want to write, and write the truth. And make sure that, if it's the truth, you will not have any reason to lie at your interview, because it's the truth, right? So don't lie on your DS-160 application and expect to tell the truth at your interview and figure out that, but you're telling the truth. It's a lie. Whether you told a lie first and you told the truth later on, or vice versa, whichever way it is, just make sure that you are telling the truth. Tell the truth on your DS-160 application and tell the truth at your interview. And you will not have any reason to come out crying or disappointed and things like that. So if you're going to use an agent, I would not suggest you do. But if you're going to use an agent, make sure that you have all the information the agent is using to process your visa. The agent filling your visa does not even guarantee you the visa. Do you understand? It does not completely guarantee you the visa. So you can't fill it if you want to fill it. However, this is to the US. Some other countries, people don't have any information about it, and it's agents that have experience when it comes to those countries. So for other countries, it might actually matter. It might carry a lot of weight if you do that, but that's left to you. My point is just, don't be dishonest. Tell the truth on your application and at your interview. So fourth thing is no confidence. You don't have confidence in what you're saying. You're not even sure about what you're saying. You seem to be not sure what you're saying, and this probably is as a result of you're probably nervous, you are anxious, it could be anything, or you don't tell the truth. Maybe that's one of the reasons why. But then the most important thing is that you have to be confident. Maintain eye contact. Answer the questions that you are being asked. Be audible. Let them hear what you're saying. Don't let it not be like, oh, you said something and that's not what you were trying to say, or you don't finish your statement. You're trying to explain something and then you don't finish your statement. Be confident. If you lack confidence, they might feel like this person is probably not sure, this person probably doesn't need it, or this person might be hiding something. So be audible. You can also dress well. For an example, if I dress well, I feel more confident. I'm able to raise my chin up and be able to like answer questions properly when I'm dressed up, because I feel confident when I do that. So build your confidence before your interview. Lack of confidence might be one of the reasons, because they probably can't hear you well, or you probably are not very you don't sound very sure about what you're saying, or you don't sound very authentic, you don't sound true, because you lack confidence or because you're nervous. So try your best, to make sure that you build that before you go for your interview. Okay, so number 5 is answering questions you were not asked. If you're answering questions that you were not asked, it sounds like you're hiding something. I think if maybe, I don't know, it plays to some form of psychology, like, oh, I'm asking you this, why are you answering something else? You're not giving me answers to the questions I'm asking you. And for that reason, you may be denied, because you're not exactly giving me the answers that I need, or the answers that will answer the questions that I have for you. Or, sometimes even people are answering questions, but they are being too forward. Maybe, oh, I ask you something and you're immediately giving me a follow-up answer. I haven't asked you about that follow-up answer. So be calm, answer the questions that they ask you, so that you can provide whatever answer that they need, and it will help in them granting you the visa. So make sure you answer the questions you're asked. Number 6 will be sponsor related issues. Sponsor related issues is one of the huge in Mr. Sabino's voice, something huge is one of the probably one of the major reasons why you may be denied visa, because especially for people that maybe don't have full scholarship, or that don't have any scholarship at all. Your sponsor is such a big deal, because you have to be sure that you can pay for your fees here in the US, you can pay for your living expense, and you will not have to just rely on anybody or just be scouting throughout the country like that. So your sponsor related issues is such a big deal, and if they have any reason to doubt your sponsor, or any reason to doubt the capacity or the ability of your sponsor, then they will not give you the visa. So know about your sponsor. Can your sponsor pay for your fees? Can your sponsor pay for your living expense? Whatever bank account you're bringing, is there enough money there to actually show and prove that that person has the ability to pay for your fees? Sometimes you just hear ridiculous things. I remember during my interview, so they were in this guy was being interviewed at another counter, and I was hearing as they were interviewing him. And so the man asked him, the interviewer asked him that, also, who's sponsoring your trip? And then he says, my family friend. And he's like, your family friend is just going to give you, about $50,000, just like that. And he's like, yes, he has bank statements, he has this, he has that. For me, it didn't make sense. And I guess it didn't make sense for the interviewer, because they didn't give him the visa. I mean, your sponsor is your family friend. There are no ties, the person just giving $50,000 just like that. There can be many more reasons. It can also be like he feels like the sponsor doesn't have that enough money. He can feel like, oh, the job that the sponsor is doing might not churn out that amount of money yearly. So what if the person is granted the visa and gets stuck in the US? What will happen? Different reasons like that. But then sponsor related issues is also one of the reasons why you may be denied visa. I think somebody also had one time tried to say, oh, he's sponsoring himself, and in his mind, he's sponsoring himself, he has like 6 million naira in his account, and thinks like, oh, well, that's enough. If you convert 6 million naira into dollars, it's really not anything, especially when it comes to tuition fee in the US. So don't only just think in naira and think like million naira is big. We also want to convert it in dollars. Does it cover your living expense? Does it cover your fees? Does it cover the time that you're going to be here? Because it's a temporary visa, right? Okay, so the 7th reason why you may be denied, or you may have been denied, is that they believe that you're not going to come back. If for whatever reason they think that you're not going to come back, they will not give you the visa. Remember that it's F-1 visa, so it is an international visa that is for students. It's temporary. It's not for you to come and stay permanently. So if for whatever reason you say something, or they think something, or they feel like this person is not going to come back, then they probably would not give you one. You may be denied the visa. So those are one of the reasons, or those are the 7 reasons why you may be denied. So yeah, so probably in the next video I'm going to talk about how to prepare for your visa interview, and to just make sure that you're ready, and wish you all the best there. So yes, if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Somebody probably needs to hear this. Somebody needs to hear this and know this. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye for now.